All right, everyone. It's March 16th, and just finished putting the A pillar in. Actually, I did that yesterday. Um, I got the SPB7 NMO mount. First time using NMO. Pretty happy with it. I chose this antenna because it's ground independent, so I don't have to worry about ground so much. So I don't have to scrape any paint or anything like that. So I really enjoyed this part of this antenna. Unfortunately, my on the other side, I'm going to put the HF antenna, and the HF antenna is going to need grounding. So I'm going to have to do some grinding and some removing of paint from here and or putting some grounding straps. But needless to say, let's see the radio. So there it is. So I got the FTX-1 Optima with the 5 foot separation cables. When I Let's turn that down. When I had the this radio, this complete setup actually, with the Lido and everything, I had it in my Sentra and it fit just fine. But I had the radio right behind the back seat, so the 5 foot cable, the separation cable, work awesome. For this purpose, because of where I have the RF deck positioned, it just makes it. I'm like, I need another 6 inches, if you will. Actually, if I can get a whole foot, that would be awesome. So I don't know why they picked 5 foot when most cables and coax and things of that nature for the ham radio industry comes in 6 foot. So it's just weird, Yaesu. And I'm not a Yaesu fan, in all honesty. The radio is a nice radio. Works for me. Um, Kind of miss my IC 7100. It will probably fit in here much more, and much nicer. But it works nice. GPS is up here. Once again, a fail on Yaesu, where GPS on the 7100 is easier to put away, if you will. But yeah, not bad. Or my 705. I also mounted my 705 in this position on my Central as well, and that worked out really nice. Because as I said, I'm a fan of ICOM. So here it is. It's on SARnet. We just had some tornadoes come through, so they've locked down the SARnet here in Florida specifically for weather. But not bad. Once again, my chief complaint with Yaesu is this whole separation kit. It could be cleaner, I think. The fact that the radio itself has a separate GPS. When most newer ICOM radios come with the built-in GPS, it doesn't take up much space, so it's a fail. And it also doesn't have the built-in Bluetooth. I had to put the Bluetooth module there. So it is what it is. Let's go around to see the RF deck. And the vehicle is a week old. So we're going to go to the RF deck. And here goes the RF deck. So the RF deck is right there. As I said, separation kit. So for the separation kit from the remote head is attached here. Um, if I had another foot, it wouldn't be as tight. Basically, the radio right now, and this is temporary, is positioned here. It doesn't move too much, so that's fine. Um, I put a cap on one of the HF ports, and I'm actually going to use this HF port for HF antenna. And hopefully in the next 3 or 4 days. Then I'm using a 30 amp hour battery. I don't use the vehicle's battery. As I said, I'm not trying to drill in through my firewalls or poke holes or do anything to the vehicle. I want to try to maintain it as new as possible. Um, which is what the same thing I did with my Sentra and my Titan before that. Actually, my Titan, I drilled a hole on the roof. Not a good idea, um, but it was a learning lesson. And everything's here works. Um, Now I can just let that down. And let's see. Let's see if I can do it one-handed. Yeah, there it is. And there it is. It's pretty clean. Pretty clean setup there. So, just want to share that with you guys. I've got to do the HF antenna. As I said, I gotta do the grounding and the bonding and everything. But so far, at least I got a VHF, UHF for now. And if I don't like that one, FTX-1, I'm just gonna put my IC7100 back, which I think would actually be a lot cleaner. Less cables, a lot cleaner, easier format to use. But um, yeah, you let me down, Yaesu. Anyway, W1SRR, back out.